I was 67 when I found the journal. It had been tucked away behind a row of cookbooks in the kitchen, buried like a secret meant never to be found. My wife Carol was out at the time, shopping for something we probably didn't need. She did that often since she retired. I wasn't snooping, I was just cleaning. Funny how the truth always hides in plain sight. We'd been married for 33 years. Carol and I met in the spring of 1989 at a local fair in Ohio. I was a mechanic covered in oil stains and sweat, and she was sunshine in a yellow sundress. We married a year later, had 2 kids, bought a house, and built what everyone said was a solid life, and for decades I believed them. But when I opened that leather-bound journal and flipped to the first page, my hands trembled. It wasn't the kind of diary you keep for fun. It was confession. October 15th, 1993. I can't believe I let it happen again. I stopped breathing. That date. That was the fall when I worked 12-hour shifts and missed our anniversary. I kept reading. He said it didn't count as cheating if it only happened once, but it wasn't once. I've lied to Tom again. My name is Tom. My knees buckled. I had to sit. The words blurred through my tears. I kept reading, each page stabbing deeper than the last.
Carol had written about a man named D. That's all she called him, no last name, no address, just D. D makes me feel alive, she wrote. When Tom is quiet and tired, D makes me laugh. I know it's wrong, but I keep going back. The entries stretched over years, not just 1993. There was one from 1998, another from 2001, even one as recent as 2010. All those anniversaries, birthdays, vacations, tainted. Had she kissed me after seeing him? Had she smiled in our photos while holding back lies? I closed the journal. I couldn't read anymore. But I did, days later. The last entry was dated May 2011, 14 years ago. I ended it. I told Dee I couldn't live 2 lives anymore. I chose Tom. I stared at that sentence for hours. I wanted to feel relief, even pride that she chose me, but all I felt was grief. For the years I thought were mine alone. I didn't confront her right away. I watched her instead. I watched how she smiled when she brought me tea, how she laughed at the same shows we always watched, how she touched my shoulder gently before bed. I couldn't believe how normal she seemed. Had she always been this good at pretending? One night, a week after I found the journal, she asked, "Are you okay? You've been quiet lately." I lied. "Just tired," I said. She touched my hand. "You've always been my rock. You know that?" I almost broke down. I almost told her, but I didn't. Not yet. I needed time to think. I went on long drives, visited the lake where I proposed to her. I thought about our kids, now grown and living in different states, about how we always said we'd grow old together. But what does together mean when your memories feel like lies? I finally sat her down on a Sunday morning, at the same table where we'd eaten thousands of breakfasts. I slid the journal across the table. She didn't touch it. Her face went pale. "I read it," I said. For a long time she said nothing. Then, "How much?" "Enough." Tears welled in her eyes. "It was over a long time ago, Tom. I was lost. You were always working. I felt invisible." I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I just nodded. We talked for hours. She told me everything. About Dee, about the guilt, about how she tried to make it right without destroying us. "I never wanted to hurt you," she said. "I wanted to forget it ever happened." "But I didn't forget," I said, "because I never knew." She apologized more times than I could count, but apologies don't change time. That night I slept on the couch. She didn't stop me. For weeks we moved like ghosts in our own home, talking only about bills, groceries, weather, never about the journal. Until one morning I woke up and saw her packing a suitcase. "I think he needs space," she said.
She was right.
She stayed with her sister.
I stayed with the silence. I missed her, and I hated that I did. I missed the woman who made our home warm, the woman who hummed when she cooked, the woman who cheated on me. A month passed, then 2. One day she came back, not to move in, just to talk. She handed me a letter. Inside she wrote, "If you can ever forgive me, I'll spend the rest of my life making it right. If you can't, I'll always love you anyway." I read it 10 times, and then I cried harder than I ever had. We're still together now, but different. Not because I forgot, but because I chose to remember everything. And still stay. Because sometimes love isn't perfect. It's a choice you make again and again.